This story happened years back, but because of the importance of the lesson in this story, that's why I have to bring it back again. My people, they say home is where your heart is. But for many of us in the diaspora, home is where we send our sweat, our tears, and our life saving. We work double shift in London, New York, and Texas, dreaming of the day we can finally retire back to the soil that bathed us. But what happened when that home you built with love decides to eat you alive? Today, we're talking about Abimbola, a woman who lived in the UK for 34 years. She was a mother, a business law graduate, and a visionary. She didn't just want to send money back to Nigeria. She wanted to create jobs for the people of Nigeria. She built a dream, call it Estaho Hotel in Lagos. But on January 24, 2019, that dream became a crime scene. And the people who pulled the trigger, they weren't even strangers at all. They were the people she paid every single month, and she doesn't miss that monthly payment. These people, they are the people she trusted. They are the people she knew on. And these people, they are the same guys that messed her up. Abimbola was a London returnee. In the eye of the local wolves, that means she was a walking ATM. She was disciplined. She brought that UK accountability mindset back home to Nigeria. When she noticed millions of naira were missing from her book, she didn't just, she did what any business owner would do. She called in the police and sacked the thieves, the one that they were caught, that they were doing mago with the account in her hotel. But in Nigeria, sometimes when you catch a thief, they don't feel ashamed at all. They feel entitlement. That's the problem. The staff she fired, along with two snakes, still working inside that hotel, they began to gossip. They called this madam, they called her a missa. They said she was hiding foreign currency in her purse, as if, you know, they have the entitlement of that money. They didn't see her hard work at all. They only saw her London money, pounds or dollars. On a Thursday night, Gaga, they served a death dinner to everybody in that hotel, all the staff. They drugged the entire staff with instant noodle. They laced it with some kind of powerful seductive material. Everyone fell into a deep sleep, except for Tunji. That was the hotel manager who couldn't eat that meal that night. Tunji fought for his boss. Tunji tried, did everything possible. He resisted all the bass moves, but he was overpowered. They strangled him. Then they took the key to Abimbola's room, which is the key to the madam's room. They took the key from Mr. Tunji's office. They burned, her hand, and they burned even the feet. They stole a mercy of £100, and they had, took a lot of jewelries as well. Eventually, they abandoned her with fear, and they took to their heel. The most heartbreaking part of this story today, it was her 12-year-old son who found her, Gaga. What happened to him? He went to her room to check why he hadn't even woken up for school, only to find his mother's lifelessness body on the floor. Imagine that trauma. A woman who left the safety of London to give her children a home experience, only for the son to see the ultimate betrayer in that country. Do you think this son, when he grow up, you think he would like to come back to Nigeria, or will he say good things about Nigeria if he gets back to London? No, not at all. Now, let's talk about the bitter truth. Why did this happen, and what does it mean for you in the diaspora? In a struggling economy in Nigeria, a London returnee is seen as a maga or a ladder to climb. The gap between the diaspora and the locals is widening. Big kakaka like this. When people are hungry, they don't see your 34-year-old labor, the one you did in the UK. They only see your privilege here in Nigeria. If you, Gaga, are going back to invest in Nigeria, my brother, my sister, you must realize one thing. You must realize you are entering a predatory business environment that is in Nigeria. A lot of people have been to Nigeria to invest in Nigeria. Both they burn their hand and they bite their finger. They say, oh my God, why me? Abimbola was murdered. This lady was murdered because she demanded honesty and accountability. In many Nigerian business circles, if you try to stop leakages, you are labeled as wicked, as stingy, as arrogant. You are fighting a culture of settlement and entitlement. That is what you're going to fight. If you're putting your eye on on all those things, you're fighting the leakages. They don't like it. They don't want that. No. Mm-hmm. She was there physically herself, and they still buy her in her own hotel. Just imagine if she wasn't there, what would have happened? This one, she was there, they were taking money. If she's not there, they will bring the whole hotel down, like this. If you want to invest back home in Nigeria, you cannot rely on family. You cannot trust any staff, not let alone say you want to trust any security man. Forget them. Forget them. All you need the good security system. They cannot touch that security system. The only reason we have justice today is because the killer forgot one single CCTV camera somewhere that they thought they've kaput the rest. But this one was still there. It was that CCTV camera that recorded all their plan, all their movement in the hallway there. And only that CCTV camera brought the whole justice to life. To my brother and sister in UK, US, and Europe, Nigeria needs your investment too. But Nigeria does not always protect your life. How many people, when we say they be Nigeria, the day for Nigeria, they open hotel, they don't buy. One, sometimes ago, it happened around Ogbomoso. Kidnapper went to his hotel. He was kidnapped, he was spy. He's an American guy too. American Nigerians. Abimbola was actually finalizing plan to leave and return back to London before the whole thing happened to her. Because, she was tired of the whole thing. She just want to leave the hotel behind and just go back to UK. Which many of us did the same thing when we went back to Nigeria to invest there. Abimbola saw the handwriting on the wall, Kongba like this. But she was just one day too late. Otherwise, they wouldn't have buy her. Please, if you want to go back to Nigeria, don't flash any wealth anyhow. Keep your London life quiet and solo. Please, venting is not enough. Professional background checks are a must if you're investing in Nigeria. Try as much as you can, right? Do a kind of check on all your staffs and your workers. Again, if you can't afford high-level security, please, that means you can't afford that business be that. Just stop. Don't do the business. If you cannot get Kajai security company or security officers to work for you. It's so sad that this could happen to someone. And honestly, this is really pushing a lot of Nigerians to stay back abroad. One of the killer, named Vincent, has been sentenced to death now, but 3 of them are still out there. They are still at large. But justice is half served. It has not been fully served yet. What do you think? Is it still safe for Nigeria in the diaspora to retire back home? Or is the risk of the village people and entitled starved too high? Drop your comment below. Let's talk about the cost of the Nigerian dream. This is African Black Gold TV. I'll see you in the next video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. The truth is bitter, but we must tell it.